Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a good lunch. My name is Jason Tanz. I'm from Wired Magazine. I'm here with Dick Glover, who I actually have some suspicions about. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that Dick was a secret agent working for one of the US's many foes, hoping to undermine our productivity. He's the CEO of Funny or Die, which has quickly become the place to go for online video comedy. He's enlisted some of the biggest names in humor to work with him. It's Will Ferrell, Zach Galifianakis, Rashida Jones, pretty much anybody you can think of. Every month, the site pulls down about 34 million views. So I imagine a lot of that comes from offices. So it's not surprising that the economy sucks. Anyway, Dick, thanks for joining us. Now, I'd like to start by talking about what the world was like when Funny or Die launched in 2007. This was the era of Lonely Girl 15 and user-generated content. It seemed that there wasn't a place for Hollywood necessarily in this new streaming media world, and yet you guys found this intersection between Silicon Valley and Hollywood and sort of doubled down on A-list production. Talk to me about that decision.
I will, but in a minute. They threw us a curveball. One of the things they asked when they graciously invited me here was, could we premiere a video here? And I said, with production schedule, couldn't guarantee it. And so we do have a video that's actually 24 hours old. It's not a clear premiere that we wanted to show to get everybody back from lunch and hopefully get you far away from Sean Parker and Jimmy Fallon, which is impossible to follow. But this is, for those of you who know Matt Morrison, who's the star of the TV show Glee, we were able to find out a little bit about how he became Matt Morrison. If we can roll that video.
What did I learn from Matt Morrison? Matt taught me a lot about surfing, and really how to ride that wave out till the very end, And in turn, that taught me about love and life and how to cook an oatmeal frittata and how to build up my pecs. And so I can see all 6 of my abs now. No, I've never actually met Matt. But he did teach me about the Goonies and those great 80 movies, Flight of the Navigator, you seen that?
I wanted to be in show business for as long as I can remember. So at the ripe old age of 18, I packed up all my belongings. I set out in my grandpappy's busted up jalopy and headed for Tinseltown, California.
Somebody who could make me be true.
Finally got some big auditions, but I never landed them. I guess my nice guy personality never struck the right chord. I will be reading for the role of Zed in Pulp Fiction. The Gimp is sleeping? Wake the Gimp up!
So,
what's in the box? Huh? Could you put your mouth on the curb, please? I just couldn't catch a break, but I wouldn't give up.
Before Matt was on Glee, I worked with him on a courtroom musical drama called Glee. It was pretty crap.
The jury. I have one thing to say.
this man, ha! I said, this man, is he?
Every time he sings, his clients die. Man, you're gonna fry. Look at you.
Glee was canceled halfway through the first episode. It was an industry record. I lost the case on purpose, you know.
You won my heart.
I promise you pleeks out there, a DVD box set is on its way. One day I shall flee.
The show had some problems. They often broke out into song, but nobody ever broke out of jail.
Breaking out of the big house. Breaking out of the big house. Before the big house breaks me.
Wind down now.
Oh, sorry, boss. Flea was canceled halfway through the first season. But I promise you fleeks out there, a DVD box set is on its way.
Stand under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, eh.
It's for you, man.
I also promise the rest of the videos will just be clips, very short. You won't have to watch a whole one.
No, that was fantastic. That was great.
So what was
So
your
as I was
question?
saying, this sort of thing is not the kind of thing you would have foreseen back when you guys started. Again, it was user-generated content was what was happening. So
Yeah, at that point, I think most people remember everybody, oh, user-generated content is the future of the web and the future of content. Everybody's a publisher. And now with YouTube, everybody can be a video publisher, and people were literally building companies to try and exploit that situation. And the son of a Sequoia Capital partner was an aspiring stand-up comic, and it actually is now a professional stand-up comic. And he said at the dinner table, literally, hey, Dad, I go on YouTube, there is so much crap. How do I find the good stuff? Why doesn't somebody do a hot or not of comedy videos? And if you remember, Hot or Not was a site where you posted a picture, people could vote hot or not. And he said, wow, that's a great idea. I'm going to be down in LA. I'm meeting with CAA, a talent agency, and that's a great idea, actually, and we'll do it. And the next thing you know, they put together a deal where Will Ferrell and his partners are equity partners in the company, and that was the belief. And I think we have a clip of, by serendipity, the first video they ever did, as I believe it's still the most viewed video ever on the internet. And we have a quick clip of what started it.
I want my money.
You need to relax.
I want my money, bitch.
Hey, don't call me bitch. I'm a grown man.
Bitch.
God, you're mean. Don't make fun of me crying.
You be a bit fit.
I'm not doing so good, Pearl.
I put you on the street.
Pearl, I'm gonna pay you. I'm working 3 jobs right now. I'm working nights. I'm driving a cab. I'm inside with my buddy right now, just going over my resume.
I'm gonna smack you.
Okay, you know what? You need to relax.
I got my money.
Look, why do you need your money so fast? Come on.
I need to get my drink on.
You scare me. You're an alcoholic.
Do I have it for beer?
So what happened, literally, when that video hit, there were no employees of the company. There was a website that had been produced by a fellow who was running another Sequoia company and had some excess servers. And they literally started watching, I think it got up to about 30,000 views an hour fairly quickly from no marketing, no anything. And they immediately found 2 guys who were sitting in the Sequoia incubator. They just sold a company, and they said, you're employee 1, you're employee 2, go start building something fast. And they ended up building a terrific video serving platform and kind of social media interface, if you will, with it. That was not that sophisticated back then, but existed. And so everybody felt, wow, we've invented the model, which is take user-generated content with a mechanism for editing it, marry it up with professional content and celebrity on a fantastic platform that serves videos faster than YouTube. We're going to go do 20 of these. and went out and did deals in action sports with Tony Hawk, culinary with Tom Colicchio, one of the top chefs, a thing called, it was like American Heroes kind of thing, a video gaming one, and all of that. And then September and October of 07 happened, 07, 08 happened, where the markets crashed, everything else, and that's about when I had come in. We're not very good at audio here, but anyway, and we said, hey, we better figure out and focus on what we're really good on. And you know what? The platform is great. And to this day, we've never crashed, no matter how viral one of our videos goes. Videos load really, really quickly, but that's just a price of entry. That's not a competitive advantage. Nobody watches a video because it loaded faster. They sure will not watch if it doesn't load fast, but so that's not really it. Our other partners were not, for whatever reason, at quite the same level of involvement as what I refer to as Team Farrell was and continues to be. And so we said, let's just focus on comedy, necessity being the mother of invention. That's what we do. Stripped everything else out of the company, focused on that, focused on the social media angle around it and how to use that, and knock on wood, have had that kind of growth since.
Right. So is there some sound tweaking we can do? Great, thank you. Oh, nice. It's like Robert Goulet over here. So, and in the intervening years, we've now seen the premium content is the name of the game. YouTube has gone from Lonely Girl 15 to scrambling around trying to sign up as much premium content as they can, and Netflix as well, and they're paying top dollar for these things. And you guys produce your own premium content very cheaply, which surprises me. So talk about your business model. You're not totally ad-based, you're not subscriptions. How do you guys make money?
Well, the model is really fairly simple. Keep the cost of content low, keep the cost of marketing low, and distribute widely and everywhere through whatever medium it's appropriate for any of the content. Now, that's much easier said than done, obviously. And the way we keep the cost of content down is we have a lot of emerging talent who works both in the company and outside. And by definition, if you're in your first job with less of a resume behind you, you are less expensive than Ron Howard, or someone who people who've worked with us who are obviously far, far more successful and far, far more expensive. Second, just watch costs and overhead, and if they come, then we will build it. Don't get out and ahead of yourself. The second is we control all aspects of the business. It's a three-legged stool. We have the content leg, which is primarily out of LA, where we produce almost all of the video. We have the sales leg, which is based primarily in New York, but with offices in San Francisco, Chicago, and LA, and again, where we control it from start to finish. We do all our ad ops and everything else, which is part of the third leg, which is Palo Alto, where we have all the engineering, technology, platform operations, and also all the social media. And in every case, it's where the world-class athletes are. Can you find great social media people in Austin, Texas? Yes, you can. Are there more of them in Palo Alto? Are they on the cutting edge more in Palo Alto? Chances are the answer is yes. Same thing on content in LA, sales in New York. And then once we go out, we have a piece of content, we have the website, that if you do the math, if you keep the cost of content down, and for our average videos, not a big hit video, cost maybe $2,500 to do 30 to 35 of those a month. If they do an average video for us, we'll do about 40,000 views. There'll be about 7 ad impressions per view. That's about 280,000. If you have an effective CPM of $10, and knock on wood, ours is higher, then that video is profitable. And you repeat that model, you have more profits. Then if you do the math on a hit video, if we know we've got a name talent, and we can talk in a minute about why all this A-list talent wants to work with us, and we put a little more money, say we produce it for $5,000, and that it does 700,000 views, and by the way, we've had, you know, well over 100 of them that have done over 1 million views, and some as many as 80 million views, a number in the teens of millions of views, but choose 700,000. You know, that again, at 7 impressions per view, that'll work out to about 5 million impressions. And you have then made 10x at a $10 CPM, you will have made 10x return on that video. Then we have incubated product. We've created a library. We have now things which have come from the website in some way, shape, or form, either through the talent, through being an actual video, whatever. We have television shows. We're going to go into our 3rd season of production with HBO, with a show called Funny or Die Presents, for which we get licensing fees and production fees. That we have a show that we're about to close a deal on for 12 episodes of sort of a man-on-the-street game kind of show that's very, very funny, that came from a talent that was in the website. We just last week premiered a show on Comedy Central called John Benjamin Has a Van, again, the same model. And we have 2 pilots that are currently being reviewed at a couple of other networks.
So let me just jump in here. I mean, if key to this whole, to making this business plan work is low cost of producing content, it's how do you get, you know, obviously a lot of people tune in to see Will Ferrell, right? A lot of people tune in to see Jewel or Jack Black or whoever it is. You know, usually those guys are gonna, like, I can't go out and get Jack Black to do a 30-second video for me. So what are you guys offering that gets these guys to do this for cheap or for free?
And why don't we, you saw Matt Morrison, why don't we run Next Thing, which is a series of just short clips of a bunch of A-list celebrities, and then I'll tell you why each one of them did it, because they're examples of a model of why these people will work for free.
Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I'm searching for love. I'm a workaholic, a shopaholic, and according to the state of California, an alcoholic, as well as a threat to all security guards. The perfect mate loves long walks on the beach, car chases on the PCH, antiquing, and passing out in Cadillac Escalades.
Hello, I'm Charlie Sheen, and this is Charlie Sheen's Winning Recipes. Duh, winning, steak is done. This is not a spatula, it's a cooking wand for a warlock. Tastes like winning. Warning.
I'm actor James Van Der Beek. Odds are good you know me best from a 5-second clip of me crying. Yep, that's me on Dawson's Creek. So, I started a website where you can find short clips of me emoting dozens of other feelings at jamesvandermemes.com. There's mild sadness, super sad sobbing, 10-year anniversary crying edition, sheer panic, and many, many more.
But you don't want to be with someone like me. I'm difficult.
Come on, Raph, open your eyes. Wah!
Hungry?
Comedy, damn it.
And we'll start with the last one and work back. Helen Mirren and Billy Crystal doing a vampire takeoff. Why in the world would they do that? Well, because they could. They could do whatever they wanted with us. And for someone like Billy Crystal, like Dame, you know, Helen Mirren, to be able to literally go and shoot, and that was the biggest shoot we ever did, actually, even it was a couple of days. And no interference from us. What do you want to do? Whatever you want to do it. We'll help in any way, shape, or form. In that case, we did an awful lot of help on the production, but it was written by 2 sons-in-laws of Billy Crystal, actually, and it was directed by one of his daughters. But he could do whatever he wanted. And in Hollywood, where they're used to tremendous interference, creative freedom to do what you want is like, you know, almost a drug to them. The second part of it is risk-free. If that thing, nobody saw it and it bombed, nobody's going to say Billy Crystal is any less valuable as an actor, or Helen Mirren. It has no downside. It has a huge upside. In fact, you know, the amount of publicity that it got was right around post-Oscars, and now everybody wants Billy Crystal back on the Oscars. The third reason that they did it was Helen Mirren had a movie coming out the next week, and it's a promotional vehicle. People were talking about her, especially the young demographic that we appeal to that's very hard to reach. And so for her, the motivation was the same reason she'll go on Jay Leno or the Today Show. It is to be out in front of this audience when you've got another project back. James Van Der Beek, big star teen idol television shows, wanted to do a comedy and literally couldn't get even considered for comedic roles. His agent and manager came to us, said, would we work with him and come up with some videos? And our team wrote it, produced it, did it all with him. End of story. This fall, he's starring in an ABC comedy that he, you know, was able to prove that he did have the comedic chops and wasn't just a heartthrob.
He's Vanderback.
Huh? Yeah.
Very exciting.
You know, and then Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen, both very much in the public eye for, you could argue, all the wrong reasons. They wanted to show, hey, we get it. We have a sense of humor about it. This will help us get through this. This will keep us from being looked at just as, you know, bad people or whatever. So from their perspective, it was very much an image and a PR thing and a lot of the things. And the only one we didn't show an example of is people will have causes that a charity, something else, and it's a way to get attention, and we're happy to say, you know, please give to, you know, this charity or whatever it might be, that's the message.
Now, the element of your business model that we didn't talk about yet is the branded entertainment that you guys do. So I believe we have, maybe we should start with the example of that.
We can give a clip for, you know, those of you not familiar, the people in it, LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg, a guy named Zach Levy who's in a television show called Chuck and Less Than Perfect, and then a guest star at the very end. And again, this is a short clip from a much longer video.
Halo reach. Can't reach me, baby. You can't reach me, dog!
Triple kills.
Damn! Come on, what's this, man?
Oh, hell, man.
Now that's how Wayne Newton plays Halo. Bitches.
And what was in the video, LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg were trying to distract each other. They had marching bands come by, they had pizza people, they had scantily clad people, they had Zach Levy trying to do it. And all of it, and the model there is clearly it was an ad for Halo Reach. That's what it was. But it was done as a very funny video. And again, all the people that say this young demographic, oh, they don't like advertising, they won't tolerate it, whatever, couldn't be farther from the truth. They don't like bad advertising. They don't like advertising that doesn't talk to them. So a lot of companies now will come to us and say, let's create a funny piece of content. Not an ad, not, you know, let's just sell a message, but what's a funny piece of content that somehow will get a message through to this audience that, hey, we're cool. And then, you know, the part of it that we haven't talked a lot about that plays into it, that's where our social media is important. We use social media not as a marketing tool, but as another way to just be a part of our audience's lives and to have them be a part of our lives. It's just another place for us to get the voice of the brand out there. So, you know, I think we're the number 15 brand on Twitter. We've got 2.25 million followers. We've got, I don't know what it is now, 2.9 million Facebook likes between Will's page and ours. And, you know, a bunch of things that we do with Facebook Connect, but all of it's done to just keep in touch with this group and not just to say, watch a video or come to a website or watch a TV show, but rather just what's happening in your life, here's what's happening in ours. And we'll take like a Halo Reach and we'll talk about it in a way that is relevant to them and fun as opposed to, oh, there's a new video game, you should go buy it.
All right, well, I think that pretty much, that's all the time we have. So thanks very much, Dick. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.